right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday out there. Hopefully you guys are all having a great day. Boy, do we have a lot to get to in this video. Let's jump right into it. We got a lot to discuss here. First off, I wanted to go ahead and briefly mention down here in the southern part of the country, we actually have severe weather going on down there. We have tornado watches, tornado warnings. We have a whole plethora of stuff going on down there, down in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. There even is a slight risk of severe weather. Just wanted to mention that we are still in severe weather season in some parts of the country, and we are in other modes such as winter up north here towards our area. Kansas is dealing with flooding issues as they got rain, and then finally in our area we have some rain showers going on here. First off, west to east, we have some rain showers, some very light showers up here in northwestern South Dakota up towards Buffalo. And that activity is very light stuff. And then we have showers here from Brookings down to Mitchell, down to Nebraska. So we have a band of showers there. And then we have another band of showers here just south and east of Sioux Falls here. The Beresford area down to Yankton or towards Iowa and southern Minnesota. There's some scattered rain showers, Mason City down towards Des Moines, over towards Spencer. And so that activity is pretty light stuff overall, not expecting a whole lot out of that. This activity is also moving in an easterly direction. So Sioux Falls could eventually get in on some of this rain shower activity if it holds together, of course, across southeastern South Dakota. Now let's take a look at your current temperatures, and we are fairly mild. We're looking at the last mild day pretty much in this forecast. This is pretty much the last hurrah of any kind of mild or any kind of warm weather that we will be seeing for quite some time. It's pretty mild across most of the country except for the northeastern corner of the country. For our area, 48 in Sioux Falls. I think we will hit 50 degrees in Sioux Falls. 46 in Aberdeen. 52 out in Pierre. 55 in Rapid City. We got 52 in North Platte. We got 57 in Valentine. We got 54 in Grand Island, 50 in O'Neill, 52 in Omaha, and then into Iowa. We got 50 in Fort Dodge. We got 48 in Des Moines. We got 46 in Cedar Rapids. And up into Minnesota, pretty warm as well, actually. Duluth actually is warmer than Sioux Falls right now. We're at 54 in Duluth. 46 in St. Cloud, we got 48 in Mankato, 48 in the cities, 45 in Rochester, and 52 in Fairmont. So we have, like I said, a number of things to get to here. Firstly, let's hear a brief word now from our sponsors at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
Okay, so this morning we talked about the winter storm watch and the high wind watch. Well, now we have some more advisories to talk about. It is updated, and starting off here west to east, out west, we have a high wind warning that is in effect here for Rapid City, Pierre, Winter, Chamberlain, and then down into Nebraska, Valentine, Chadron, O'Neill areas, Grand Island. this high wind warning. It says expect 30 to 40 mile per hour winds with gusts up to 65 miles per hour. So that's even more than it was saying this morning. And it says high winds may damage roofs, small outbuildings, and signs. Power outages are also possible. Travel could also be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles like semis. Strong winds can cause blowing dust, reduce visibility, and flying debris. Luckily for this area, there's not going to be any snow expected out of this, or else there would be a full-on blizzard. So luckily, there will be no precip in these areas. And where this is northwestern, south central, and southwestern South Dakota impacted here. This is from 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Central Time this evening, until tomorrow at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Central Time. And it also says high wind warning means 40 mile per hour winds or gusts over 60 miles per hour are expected or occurring. If you are outdoors, watch for flying or falling objects that could injure you. Use caution if you must drive. So that is the latest there from the NWS. Again, those areas out west need to be paying attention to that. Now, we also have a wind advisory that is now in effect here that was just issued. This is for eastern and southeastern South Dakota into northeastern Nebraska, northwestern Iowa, and southwestern Minnesota. This does include Sioux Falls. This is read this out here. It says gusty winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts to 50 miles per hour are now expected across these areas. Again, this does include Sioux Falls. It's gusty winds, blow around unsecured objects, tree limbs could be blown down, and a few power outages may result as well. So wind advisory from 3 p.m. Tuesday to midnight Tuesday night. So this is strictly for tomorrow. And again, northwestern Iowa, southwest Minnesota, and South Dakota, and northeast Nebraska. And so that is the headline there. And then we have the areas shaded in blue that has upgraded from a winter storm watch into a winter weather advisory for most of the state of North Dakota, with the exception of the northeastern corner. And then northeastern South Dakota, so it include Mulbridge, Aberdeen, Webster, Sisseton areas in South Dakota. And then Minnesota as well. It includes Minneapolis area, St. Cloud, Fergus Falls, all those areas there, International Falls, all impacted. And then there's actually a winter storm warning up here in northeastern Minnesota. So, reading off this winter weather advisory here. So, here's what it says. It says snow expected of snow accumulations between 2 and 7 inches of snow, and winds gusting as high as 45 miles per hour. Travel could be very difficult. Widespread blowing snow could significantly reduce visibility. Hazardous conditions could impact the Tuesday morning and evening commutes. This is again for all day on Tuesday. Gusty winds could bring down tree branches. Snow expected again. Marshall, Roberts counties in South Dakota. There's a few more counties in South Dakota as well. There's Corson County, Campbell, McPherson, Brown, Marshall, Roberts, Day County, Edmonds, and Walworth counties in South Dakota. And it does say here from 3 a.m. Central Time until 6 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday. So this is strictly for tomorrow. So that is the latest there. Also do want to mention there, again, that winter storm warning there. Duluth, up towards Brainerd, northeastern Alexandria, northeastern Minnesota. So a lot of headlines going on. This is strictly for all of this is for tomorrow. Okay, so now as we look ahead here at your future radar picture, and those showers will continue over to the east across the evening hours, but those will fade away. And then we'll watch that system coming in from the west. As you can see here, we have, that's rain and snow up here in Montana and North Dakota, and then eventually into western South Dakota. A little bit of activity here, Black Hills region, Rapid City, Northwestern South Dakota getting in on this action. Rain and snow mix there. And then as this continues to move to the east, eventually will be impacting the northern half of South Dakota. Buffalo, over towards Faith, over towards Mulbridge, over towards Aberdeen. And it's just the whole northern half of South Dakota there. And also in North Dakota. And then, you can see that low. It continues to move east over the day tomorrow. And as you can see, by tomorrow afternoon, central and northeastern portions of South Dakota into Minnesota, northern Minnesota there, getting in on the snow. And even Sioux Falls could see a few sprinkles or a few very light snow flurries, but not expecting anything for Sioux Falls. It's going to be north of Sioux Falls here. But as you can see, this system will be quite potent and could cause some issues, especially up north. And so that is something we'll be watching. And then by tomorrow evening into Wednesday, things will clear out. We'll get a break on Wednesday. The wind will still be a factor, though, on Wednesday. And then as we play this out, Thursday, how about your Thanksgiving? Well, Thanksgiving forecast looks good. I mentioned this morning, and we are still seeing that. Thanksgiving looks like a good forecast for Thanksgiving. Now, Thanksgiving night into Friday, there is a chance here for moisture in the form of snow, and this is for central South Dakota, as you can see here. By Friday morning, out here in central South Dakota, Pierre down towards Yankton, up into North Dakota, a band of snow here heading into those areas, and even Sioux Falls there by Friday afternoon. Looks to be seeing some snow here. So that's going to be the next system to watch after tomorrow. So we're not done after tomorrow. Again, I mentioned before, this is a very active pattern that we are now going to be in starting tomorrow. This whole week looks to be an active off and on forecast, a roller coaster ride of weather. And, we get a day of a break, and then we get a day of snow, and then a break, and then more snow. And that's kind of just how it's going to be here. And Friday, again, seeing that snow again. And then Saturday, we get a break, and then maybe more snow down in Nebraska on Sunday. And then on Monday, we'll see what happens the following week. Could be more active as well. We're watching that Sunday, Monday time frame again for possible snow again. But it's too early yet for the models to come to an agreement on the exact timing and location. So the jury's still out on that. But you need to be aware that by Sunday, Monday of next week, there's probably going to be another system coming through. But the main ones we are watching again is tomorrow and Friday. And once again, here is your snow forecast, snow total forecast here. And as you can see, what you're looking at again is the total snowfall projections from the European model. And it is showing, you can clearly see where this snow is going to be. It's across, Montana into North Dakota, and then it does go into South Dakota, north central and northeastern South Dakota. Some higher amounts are now being formed here. Even Brookings in that 1 to 2 inch range now. So the Brookings area could see some accumulated snow. Huron as well could see 1 to 2 inches. Pierre could even see an inch, and then up towards Aberdeen is when you really start getting more snow here. Aberdeen in that 3 to 6 range, and then how about northeastern corner of South Dakota in that 4 to 9 or that 5 to 9 inch range there. I even saw one spot here of 10 inches up here in the northeastern corner of South Dakota, right there. That is in the northeastern corner of South Dakota. 10 inches is the projection there, and then 10 inches over into Minnesota as well. So yeah, a lot of snow is being forecasted here. Again, North Dakota, far northeastern South Dakota, and then Minnesota. So that is the going rate there. Sioux Falls, again, not expected to see any snow out of this. And real quick, your wind gust map, and take a look here. There you go. By tonight already, we're seeing those very strong wind gusts of 40 to 55 miles per hour. And then how about tomorrow? Look at that. Wow. I mean, we got wind gusts in the 60s, it looks like. So wind gusts in the 60s, when you get to that level of wind gusts, that is severe thunderstorm wind gusts. It's going to be north, in Nebraska, and then south central and western South Dakota. And then eventually it does go into the eastern part of the area, into Minnesota, Iowa, eastern South Dakota, eastern Nebraska, of that 30 to 45 range, even some 50 plus mile per hour wind gusts there even by tomorrow night. And then that will clear out. So again, tomorrow, looking at the strong wind gusts. Even on Wednesday, there could still be, in the east, there could still be 30 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts here, Sioux Falls area, and Minnesota, Iowa, eastern areas there. And then the wind will die down after that. Now here's something that I did not get to earlier. That was the model runs for temperatures. Let's go ahead and run this out today. Hope you guys enjoyed today, because we are seeing a huge change. I mean, pretty much today is the last hurrah of nice weather. 40s and 50s out there today. Sioux Falls will be right around 50 the rest of the day. And then starting tomorrow, there it is. There's that cold weather coming in. 20s and 30s out there. Mid-30s for Sioux Falls. And 20s where we got that snow. And then on Wednesday, how about the forecast there? Well, we're looking at 20s and 30s again. 20s in the east, 30s out west. 20s for Sioux Falls for a high. That is quite the difference there in temperatures. And 20s where we have the snowpack. It's going to feel pretty chilly out there. And then how about your Thanksgiving forecast? Well, northeastern South Dakota, temperatures in the teens for highs. And then we got 20s here in Minnesota, and low 30s for Sioux Falls. Will be right around freezing for your Thanksgiving forecast. And 30s to low 40s out west. And then how about Friday? Well, we're looking at temperatures mainly in the 20s for our area. So it's going to feel pretty cold. And then for your weekend forecast, even colder in some spots. Teens for a high. 20s for Sioux Falls. And so teens and 20s there on Saturday for our whole region. And then how about these temperatures Sunday morning? Single digits up near Aberdeen. There's that Arctic blast that we were talking about last week. We were talking about it all week last week. The Arctic blast was going to eventually hit us, and yep, looks like it's going to hit us here Sunday. Looks like Sunday the 30th. That looks to be when it'll start to hit. Daytime temperatures in the single digits and teens, 20s down in Nebraska. You're going to have to go pretty far south to get any kind of warm air. And then how about Sunday night into Monday morning, overnight lows there, overnight temperatures. Look at that. Temperatures below zero. That is not a windshield map. That is actual temperatures in the negatives. Wow. And then how about Monday for a high? We're talking temperatures in the single digits for Sioux Falls. So I wanted to show you guys this because of this reason. That Arctic blast, that we were talking about last week, well, looking like it's going to happen. And single digits for highs by the time we get towards Monday, December 1st, just in time to kick off the month of December. Wow. Yeah, that's a change of pace. And we don't see any signs of any kind of warm weather anytime soon. So enjoy today. And wrap things up here with your 10-day forecast for Sioux Falls. Again, today, near 50, and then there's your temperatures that will fall. We got upper 30s by tomorrow with those chances, slight chance for rain in Sioux Falls. It's also going to be pretty windy tomorrow, and I think it'll be breezy on Wednesday with highs near 30. And then on your Thanksgiving, low 30s and sunshine. So actually, believe it or not, after today, the nicest day of the entire 10-day looks to be on Thanksgiving, believe it or not. And then we'll fall in temperatures. We'll continue to fall in temperatures through your weekend with temperatures falling into the mid-20s with chances for that snow that we mentioned on Friday and Sunday. And then next week, even colder. Temperatures in the teens, overnight lows in the single digits. And this is sponsored by Black Venom Outdoors and the Gatekeeper Security and Fence. So thank you guys for watching this afternoon's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was kind of a long one. We usually run about 10 to 15 minutes. This one was over 20. But there was a lot to talk about, a lot to get through in this forecast, a lot to pick through. There's just a lot going on. So hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and X. That is where we are most active. And also follow us on Instagram and TikTok, where we go live on TikTok as well. So be sure to check those out. So stay safe out there. It's going to be a bumpy ride this week. Again, especially Tuesday, Friday, and possibly Sunday into Monday. But again, tomorrow up north, you want to be weather aware. You want to be paying attention to the weather. So thank you guys for watching.